Alright, next up is Take Me Home Tonight, and this is a throwback, a nostalgic throwback to the 80s genre of the party teen film. And in my opinion, an episode of Family Guy did this a lot better with their throwback to, Can't Buy Me Love, with an episode where Chris, of course, dates Connie D'Amico. For Family Guy fans, I don't have to explain who that is, but she is, for those who aren't, she's the most popular girl in school. And it's kind of that storyline from Can't Buy Me Love film from 1987, I believe, with Patrick Dempsey. Now here's the film. Now, there's a character named Matt. He's played by Topher Grace. I like Topher Grace. He is a very talented actor who, his mannerisms and his, sometimes his overselling of things is, it's not overselling in a ridiculous way, it's overselling in a, oh my gosh, that's really funny kind of point. And he did that so good on that 70s show, and he's done it really well in many movies. But for some reason, his career just doesn't seem to be taking off like it should. Probably because he's not choosing the best kind of movies. But anyway, he's I think almost 10 years out of high school. He's in his mid to late 20s. He works at a video store, and he wants to impress a girl named Tori. She's played by Teresa Palmer. And he lusted after her big time in high school. Now, she walks into the video store, and he lies that he is banking with Goldman Sachs. You end up at a party and she's there. It turns out that she's also in banking and happens to know that Goldman Sachs doesn't have a Los Angeles office. And everybody then gets drunk and has fun, exchanges a name dialogue, and during a really endless party scene that your most hated rival is throwing. Now again, this will be clever if this tried to stay a nostalgic throwback film. But its problem is that while those nostalgia films are good for their nostalgia, the actual cleverness, if you will, it does seem somewhat dated if you watch some of those movies today. Now, again, I gotta say that even though some of it was kind of hip and kind of fun, and it was cool looking back on a movie. I like nostalgic movies that are just done to a throwback, to a certain time. Just last night, I had the sudden urge to watch the movie Now and Then. About a group of 4 girls in 1970 sharing time together in 1970 and during a summer, and as they reunite as adults. The movie itself was actually really good. And again, it's not nostalgic in the sense that this film is. It's nostalgic in the sense it's trying to capture a certain time. This movie is trying to capture a certain time of movies. Now and Then was trying to capture a certain time of life. I think this movie was trying too hard to capture that sense of the movies. And while it should do that, at the same time, it should also try to capture that time rather than the movies of that time. It's nice to have subtle throwbacks, like Hot Tub Time Machine did, for example. That movie really did well in terms of its the way it kind of captured the 80s. It wasn't the best comedy, but at the same time, it had the elements that maybe could have made this movie a lot more better. And have a cameo by Molly Ringwald or somebody, or Andrew McCarthy or whatever, or even have John Cryer pop up here. He probably needs to work now. And again, I gotta say too that this film is the usual cliches without really anything more being added to it. When you do nostalgia film, you gotta add to the cliches. And party films are generally a miss. I find a film that just takes place on one giant party the whole time doesn't always work. The one exception was a movie called Can't Hardly Wait back in 1998. A fantastic comedy that really had a lot of interesting characters that really helped the film carry through the party setting. The party itself wasn't exactly the party itself was just the background, but what was going on in the party within these characters was really interesting. But this just seems to try to draw too much on the fact that there's a party going on. I gotta say that even though there's some badly written dialogue here, there are some flashes of moments here. Matt's twin, his sister Wendy, played by Anna Faris, who I always enjoy, and her boyfriend Kyle are often centered around this movie to be total dopes. At the same time, Faris has such a nice charm that you really can't help but like her even when she is being a dope. But Wendy got all the brains in the family, and well, Matt got to be Topher Grace. But I don't know, it just seems to me that you get the cliche best friend too. The best friend here, for some reason his name escapes me, maybe that's a good thing because I don't think he's a very good actor anyway. The guy who played, of course, Dane Cook's best friend in Good Luck Chuck, He's here just being an idiot, loud, obnoxious loudmouth who really just, I could go without seeing this guy in another movie. He is just downright annoying. Seriously, he is annoying, and I wish that they would, they would just get rid of these type of characters. Again, people, if you want to make the best friend of a lead character in a comedy good, watch The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Watch a lot of the Judd Apatow movies. They know how to do that. Watch even some of the movies from the 80s they're trying to put together here. I mean, come on. It's not that hard, really, if you think about it. I guess we'll just have to wait for a truly nostalgic film to come our way, which I believe there is one coming, but this one isn't good. Despite some good laughs here, this film just kind of falls flat on what it's trying to prove. I give Take Me Home Tonight 2 stars out of 5.